Hi, I'm John Olson. Welcome to Next Stop from the Emerald City. Welcome to Seattle, home of Alaska Airlines. On Next Stop, we'll be traveling all over the globe featuring Alaska Airlines and its partners' destinations. Next Stop is all about where to go, what to do, and how to do it. On this episode, we'll take you high above the Emerald City and we'll feature one of the busiest restaurants in the world. We'll also take you underneath the streets of Seattle for a bit of Seattle's historical past. We board a float plane over to the San Juans and hopefully we'll see some whales. We'll bring you big-time college sports and our featured band on this episode, the local favorite, Occam's Razor. The fun starts now. In Seattle, they love their sports. They have the Mariners, they have the Seahawks, they have the world champion Storm, and they have the beloved Huskies. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are in town to take on the Huskies. It's a big-time college football game. Big-time college football means big-time tailgating. We're in the zone. Let's get our game on. Nice.
Dogs in the house, dogs in the house, who? Dogs in the house, dogs in the house, who?
I've been to a lot of parties, I've tapped a lot of kegs, been to a lot of tailgates, but I've never seen beer poured like this. What is going on here?
We're filling beers through the bottom.
How does that work?
It's got a little magnetic disc in the bottom of the cup. It comes up, the beer goes in, the cup comes up and seals it back off.
That is amazing technology. Who invented this?
I invented it.
You did?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Wow. This is really cool. Husky or Husker fan?
I gotta go Husky.
Look at the sea of red out here, and purple.
Amazing.
What do you think about this?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the sea of red, which I don't know why you're wearing red, by the way, but I'm a big fan of the sea of purple. This is a great atmosphere here at Husky Stadium. You know, the Dogs are a different team at home, as you know, than they are on the road. Huskies looking for their first bowl game in 7 years, and the fans they're hungry, they're ready. They've been waiting and biding their time. They've been paying their dues, and it's time now to get this stadium back to what it used to be and make some noise on a big day with Nebraska in town today.
So we found our youngest Husky fan. He wants to play ball right now. He doesn't really want to do the interview, but what's your name, buddy? Carson Church. And what's your name?
My name is Ryan.
Ryan, welcome to Next Stop Seattle Edition. Husker game today. Is this his first game?
It's not his first game. He was here last week to see the Dogs pick up a win against Syracuse.
Awesome.
And he was here last year when we beat USC on my shoulders on the field.
I'm a Husker fan. This guy, though, is the real Husker fan. This is the real Herbie Husker.
Yeah, hello. It's great to be in the great state of Washington and proves that God's a Husker fan. Look at this weather.
This is unbelievable, isn't it?
Isn't it?
So how did you get into this thing? I mean, up there, obviously, you look like the mascot.
People told me I look like him. I got the bibs and put on the hat, and I've been doing this since the 90s.
Go Big Red, buddy.
You bet.
You're obviously a Husky fan.
You got it. Yep.
Born and raised here?
Yeah, went to the UW, ran track here, and now we're together.
We've got a house divided.
It's not so bad because we get along. We find a way to make it work.
This is the coolest shirt I've seen all day. Where do you get the shirt like this? Because I totally want one.
I made it.
You did?
Yeah, I made it.
You're a seamstress.
On the side, yeah.
Okay, so you got both going on here. Who are you rooting for today?
I'm rooting for the Cornhuskers.
Husky Stadium is an awesome place to watch a game. Very loud, very passionate fans. We loved it. But one of my favorite things about coming to a game at Husky Stadium is this. Outside the stadium, this is how they tailgate. I like the way they roll here. Definitely put the Husky game on your Seattle itinerary. When Next Stop returns, we soar above the beautiful Emerald City and up to the San Juan Islands with Kenmore Air. Seattle's one of the most beautiful cities in the world, an urban metropolis defined by lakes and seashore and surrounded by spectacular snow-capped mountains. Now, there's lots of ways to see Seattle and the surrounding area. You can do it by foot, in your car, by rail, by boat, Or you can choose our method. We're going up with Kenmore Air today, Alaska Airlines' newest travel partner, for a city seaplane tour, and then we'll head straight over to the San Juan Islands, a place I've always wanted to go. We've just arrived in Friday Harbor, the commercial and cultural hub of San Juan Island. What a great day we had today. A Kenmore Air trip over downtown Seattle and the surrounding area, and then a short jaunt over to the San Juan Islands. Let's go get checked into our hotel and learn more about this beautiful town of Friday Harbor.
This is a very, very unique inn. Has 23 rooms. It's a perfect for romantic getaway, for vacation, for weddings. Each room has a fireplace, and each room has a jacuzzi tub in there. It's just spectacular. And then you're just looking from this, and then looking behind me. It's like you're looking from the room and seeing the waterfront, the marina. It's just spectacular. It just makes the day. When you see the sunset like that, in the morning when you get up, have a cup of coffee in your hand, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
The waterway is right here. This is the freeway for you. You can either fly or you can boat. This is such a cool way to get around. San Juans are beautiful.
Exactly. You can fly in with Kenmore Air as well as using the Washington State Ferry.
Well, thank you for hosting us here. We actually have been working all day. We've had a very long day, and the crew's hungry.
I tell you, you have a treat tonight. I'm going to turn over to Chef Matt. He's going to present you a nice evening meal over here.
Sony told us you had something special prepared for us. This looks pretty darn special.
Well, I did a couple things off the menu, and then something that we're running as a special tonight. Try to change up the specials every day, every 2 days.
Whatever your mood is.
Yeah, depending on what's coming in from the waters, what vendors are coming up, or are local here on the islands.
What came in today?
Salmon, local salmon from these waters. Fishermen come in every couple days.
The salmon looks great, but this looks really different and unique.
Yes, this is local pork from Jones Family Farm. It's barbecue bourbon pork on sticky buns. So it's a little Japanese spin, French fries, and then a little bit of an Asian slaw, carrots, a couple different cabbages, and then a sweet chili dressing.
How long have you been at Friday Harbor?
Getting on 2 months now.
So you're new?
Yes, I'm relatively new. I came out for the busy summer season and have loved it.
San Juan Safaris and Kenmore Air have teamed up to offer the ultimate whale watching excursion here in Friday Harbor. I got my jacket, got my hat, got my sunglasses. Let's hope we have whales.
Welcome aboard and welcome to Friday Harbor. Friday Harbor is the biggest town here in the San Juan Islands. San Juan Island is also the most populated island. We have about 8,000 people that live here year-round. So we have about 16,000 year-round residents, most of them living on San Juan Island. But we have 4 main islands that are served by the ferry. These islands are national wildlife refuges or state and county parks, and many of them are privately owned or do have small year-round populations, anywhere from 2 to 100 people living on them. We have 2 different races or 2 different communities of orca that will be in the San Juan Islands from time to time. The southern resident community is a salmon-eating orca. They mainly eat Chinook, or it's also known as king salmon. And so they come through here very frequently, starting the end of April through the beginning of October, because that's when the salmon runs are. Ruffles has a wavy dorsal fin, just like a Ruffles potato chip, so he's really easy to tell apart.
Nicely named. Now, the oldest female, you said that you're estimated 99 years old?
That's what the estimates are for
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know they lived that long.
Oh, God, what a cool.
There's Ruffles.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a huge guy.
see why everybody loves him? He's so easy to tell apart.
He's huge too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so this is at least J-Pod.
Who named him? And why is it JKL?
We have JK and L. Yeah, and there's an A-pod and a B-pod, so they started with A and moved their way up the alphabet.
That one.
We started our day yesterday in Lake Union with Kenmore Air with a beautiful float plane tour over Seattle, which was amazing. And today, whale watching, which was truly one of the most amazing experiences we've had, all thanks to you, Craig.
Well, I can't take too much credit for that. The whales do what the whales do. But
you set this up for
great
us.
partners up there, and it sounds like you had a great trip.
Now, speaking of partnership, you guys just partnered with Alaska Airlines.
That's right. Yeah.
Which was a great reason for us to jump on Kenmore Air and go up to the San Juans.
Well, I think it's made our service known and attractive to a lot more people, and we're just delighted with the partnership.
Well, you hooked us up the last 24 hours. What great memories we made. We're going to come to you the next time.
Well, I hope
and now
you
we're
will.
back in Seattle. We're at our Seattle home, now the Homewood Suites, getting ready for the rest of our Seattle shoots. And I have an invitation for you.
All right.
Because you're Irish, right?
Well,
O'Neill?
the name would suggest that, yeah.
Are you a fan of Irish music?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so Saturday night, we're filming Occam's Razor at the Owl and Thistle.
Sounds
They
good.
are a rockin' Irish band. Come down, we'll buy you a pint, say thanks for all your help on this one, and hopefully we'll see you Saturday night.
Well, that sounds like a great deal. Thanks. Cool.
Cheers. The Seattle cheers with coffee.
Right.
They say it only rains twice a year in Seattle, January through August and September through December. But actually, it doesn't rain that much. It only rains about 38 inches a year. Temps rarely go above 80 and rarely dip below 40. Sure, there's some cloudy days like this, but it allows you to be creative. You can find fun things to do at visitseattle.org. Up next, a bird's eye view of Seattle from the Space Needle, and we'll visit Seattle's historical past. The Seattle Monorail is the nation's first full-scale commercial monorail system, offering a quick, fun, and convenient link from downtown Seattle to Seattle Center and back. The 1 mile stretch takes about 2 minutes and is open from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Next stop, Seattle Center. The Space Needle is Seattle's most recognized landmark. In fact, it's one of the most recognized landmarks in the U.S. There's 848 steps from the bottom to the top, which you can take if you're feeling like a workout, or you can chill like us and take the elevator. Next stop, observation deck. We are high above the Space Needle on the observation deck. We got Dave here, who's the marketing manager. Before we talk about this incredible view, let's talk about why the Space Needle was built.
Well, we were built in 1962 as the centerpiece of the World's Fair, 605 feet tall and solid as steel, and it's made out of steel, so I guess that's easy.
Solid as steel. Like it, like it. The view, man. You get to do this every day.
Yeah, I've been here for 14 years and I never get tired of it. This is Elliott Bay in Puget Sound. Seattle's home to one of the largest ferry systems in the world. What's great about this part of the country is that you can go out there in the morning and catch a salmon during the proper season, then come back into work.
Now, I heard that there was a practical joke played on April Fool's Day. Tell us about that.
There was a show that had joked that the needle had fallen over.
Right.
In fact, the story goes that there was a gentleman that lived over in Spokane whose daughter happened to work here, and he was worried about her, so he drove over to make sure that she was okay.
He believed it. What's your favorite thing about Seattle?
My favorite thing about Seattle, as you can tell from my physique here, is probably the food. You know, I mean, Seattle's got amazing seafood and great wine in this region, of course, and you know, we got a great restaurant just 20 feet below us that I know we're going to see later on.
We're going to check that out. What are we going to do down there?
We're probably going to hang out.
Famous.
Yeah, it is world famous. In fact, we just won an award. We were the 2009 Washington Wine Restaurant of the Year.
Congratulations.
So we're going to meet. Thank you very much. We're going to meet up with executive chef Jeff Maxfield, and he's going to let you come in the kitchen and mess around a little bit.
With executive chef Jeff, which rhymes, here at Sky City. Now, I'm told you're one of the most serious chefs in Seattle. Don't mess around with you.
That's right, don't mess around. At Sky City, we focus on Northwest ingredients. You know, we really want to highlight what the Northwest is famous for. Dungeness crab, you know, it's a take on the home-style mac and cheese. Dungeness crab, orecchiette pasta. One of our other kind of unique items that we do as a starter here. This is a flatbread. It's an unleavened flatbread. We use shepherd's grain whole wheat flour from Eastern Washington. We've got an organic egg baked right on top. I'm gonna put you to work. We're gonna do two of our signature dishes. So this is a butter sauce. It's a beurre rouge. So it's a take on a classic sauce. Everybody kind of knows beurre blanc. This is beurre rouge. This just means red butter. What we're gonna do, this is just a little bit of that right on the bottom of the plate. These are locally grown banana fingerling potatoes. And behind you, the finest Northwest salmon. Look at that.
Huh?
That's awesome.
Who said I couldn't cook?
All right, John, we've saved the best for last.
I thought we were done. Whoa!
This is the 1962 original, our Lunar Orbiter. Snoqualmie Gourmet ice cream.
Oh my
over
God.
chocolate sauce and dry ice. How's everything tasting?
It's amazing.
Awesome.
And I think that's going to top it off. It's going to be the perfect ending. The Seattle Underground was founded absolutely unintentionally. It speaks to Seattle's past, some of it good, some of it just a little bit racy. I'm intrigued, aren't you?
Welcome to Seattle's Underground Tour. The tour was started on Memorial Day weekend, 1965, when Bill Spidell, who was a local newspaperman, noticed they were tearing down buildings in the neighborhood, calling them old Victorian eyesores. He wanted to preserve our history. When they put the sidewalks in, they installed skylights so that people could continue to do business down here during the day. We were unsure for a while if this was the original glass. The reason is that one of our old guides from the 60s used to tell a story about young men gathering down here, working ladies standing up there, prices of their services on the bottoms of their shoes, waiting for the business up top.
Interesting.
And she would refer to this as them selling their souls. Was the joke. So the first toilets that came to Seattle were distributed by a man from Chelsea, England named Thomas A. Crapper. Invented what he called Thomas A. Crapper's wonderful valveless waterways preventive device. Which is a lot to say when you gotta go.
That is a
You can
lot.
have an accident. So we shortened to the Crapper, but there was a strange pipe coming out the back. You looked at the instructions, it says, attach pipe to city sewer system. Right, they looked in the box for a city sewer system. They didn't have one. In the 1880s, Seattle decided to take a census, an occupation survey. They wanted to find out how many people were living here and what they were doing. They got back 25,000 census forms. 2,400, about 10%, listed themselves as being young, single women. All of them listed their occupation as being either seamstress or garment worker. So we thought this was a bit fishy. I decided to have an investigation into it. After 6 weeks of exhaustive research, they determined that there was not a single sewing machine in the entire area.
Oh my God, what did they do?
It led them to suppose that they must have been doing a lot of the work by hand. Okay, nobody gets it who's not supposed to. Thank you guys so much for coming on the Underground Tour. I hope you learned something and had some fun. If you want to learn anything more about any of our tours, please visit our website at www.undergroundtour.com.
Coming up, lively Irish tunes with local favorites, Occam's Razor. Seattle is loaded with great bands, and we chose Occam's Razor for our featured band on their inaugural episode of Next Stop Seattle.
All along there is somebody else. She's always had a crunch by needing no thought for herself. She had met my heart system flame, the stinging velvet touch with cold whiskey Jane. How much longer can I take this hunger in my head? As long as it takes till I can get cold whiskey in my bed. She is always waiting, just one step around the bend. She's so intoxicating, she's my addiction and best friend. All along there is somebody else. She's always there to quench my need, no thought for herself. She can let my heart system flame, the stinging velvet touch with cold whiskey Jane.
You're switching instruments all the time, Chris.
Well, so do these two. It's just we're very simplified at the moment. But Tom plays mandolin and banjo as well as guitar.
And you look the part. You look like a band straight out of Dublin. Especially you.
The leprechaun with the thyroid problem.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about your music because it is fun. The crowd was going crazy. Your music is a blast.
Thank you.
Is it fun to play?
Absolutely. It's always fun for me to play because it's music that I grew up listening to.
no turning back. How many miles will pass quickly, the world tied to my back? My heart on the wheel, my foot on the brakes. How many nights will pass before I can weather my mistakes? All along there was somebody else. She's always there to quench my need with no thought for herself. She had that my heart's distant flame, the stinging velvet touch of cold whiskey Jane.
Chris, I have a question for you. This, did it hurt?
Not as badly as some of the other ones.
Whoa! I want to ask you to show. Let's talk about
It's all above the neck. It's all above the neck.
No, it's all about the neck.
Yeah.
And here's the. Okay, well, we'll leave it at that for now. We might go deeper in there in a minute. We're in Seattle.
Yes.
What are your favorite things about Seattle?
The people, the climate. I don't care that it rains all winter long. The summers here are phenomenal. You get like 90-degree weather for a week, and then you're right back to 70s. There's such a love of music here. So as a musician, you really feel appreciated and respected here.
Whiskey Jane.
Thanks for tuning in to our inaugural episode of Next Stop from the gorgeous Emerald City of Seattle, Washington. Thanks also to our title sponsors and good friends, Alaska Airlines. Thanks to Craft Brewers Alliance, London Influence, and Latitudes. We'll see you next time on Next Stop. Where will we take you next? Make good memories, everybody. They say it only rains twice a year in Seattle, January through December. That's the whole year. Okay.
Well, you know, a lot of people know Seattle for Starbucks and Nordstrom and REI and Microsoft across the way, but we're also a big, hi baby.
All right. Flipper.